The TV in the break room buzzed faintly as the VHS tape began to play. The words "Employee Safety, your top priority" flashed in bold, cheery font over grainy footage of a smiling factory worker adjusting her hard hat. "We care about you," the narrator's syrupy voice began. It sounded overly pleasant, almost mocking. "Safety isn't just a rule, it's a way of life." The video cut to a series of mundane safety tips. Wear gloves, avoid spills, lift with your legs. But something was off. The factory workers in the footage didn't look quite right. Their smiles were too wide, their movements jerky, like marionettes on invisible strings. One scene showed a worker operating a forklift. The narrator explained the dangers of improper use, but the footage lingered on the workers' eyes. They were wide, unblinking, darting around like they were searching for help. The screen flickered, and for a brief second, his mouth moved, but there was no sound. The video jumped to another scene, this one depicting a workplace accident. A man pretended to slip on an oily floor, but the fall looked far too real, his body hitting the ground with a sickening thud. The screen flickered again, and the man's face was replaced with yours for just a moment. "See, accidents can happen anywhere," the narrator cooed, her voice dripping with forced kindness. "But when you follow the rules, you'll always be safe, won't you?" You glanced around the break room. No one else seemed to notice anything strange. One co-worker even chuckled, calling the video cheesy. But the tape continued. It showed the factory floor at night, the lights dim. A worker, one you didn't recognize, wandered through the empty space. The camera followed close behind, too close, as though it were stalking him. He turned a corner, and the screen cut to static for several seconds. When the picture returned, the worker was sprawled on the ground. His limbs were bent at impossible angles, his mouth frozen in a silent scream. "Remember," the narrator chirped, her voice now low and distorted, "we're always watching. Stay safe or else." The screen went black. The break room lights flickered. On the TV, the static hissed louder than it should have. Then the tape ejected itself with a sharp click. No one moved for a moment. Someone finally broke the silence with an awkward laugh. "What the hell was that?" But you couldn't laugh. You'd seen the worker from the video before. He wasn't an actor. He was the guy who used to sit in the cubicle next to yours, and he hadn't shown up for work in weeks.